Did you ever do methamphetamine?
I never did, man.
I never did either.
I always wanted to.
Same.
Did you ever smoke crack?
No.
Okay.
Did
Me
you?
neither.
Yeah.
Always wanted
freebase?
to. I didn't get to do freebase.
I did. I smoked cocaine a couple
You did?
times. Yep.
And do people smoke it out of... you always see that kind of like glass pipe with the smoke stains in
No,
it.
you just
kinda?
do it off of foil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I get 1 year sober tomorrow.
You do?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I
Holy
appreciate that.
shit.
Not trying to make it about me, but...
Please make it about you.
It's important.
There's only two of us.
Yeah.
1 year tomorrow? Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
A
man.
lot of our listeners are people that struggle. So
Yeah.
it's
What's
a
been,
good group.
do you mind me asking you, when I saw you, I probably saw you 2 months ago and you told me you had like 10 months.
Oh, yeah.
Did you take time off from working? Like what was?
Like did
I got
go
sober during the pandemic.
You got sober during the pandemic.
I went to 2 different rehabs.
Wow.
And by December 2020, I was sober. I mean, I was in rehab then.
Right.
But it was weird because it was during this kind of pause for everyone.
Right.
So
What a blessing that it happened then in some ways. Did it feel like that?
did it feel like that? I gotta say, I did not experience the pandemic the same way other people did. I don't know. Like I was using a lot.
Oh, really?
And it didn't feel like anything that different. I feel bad saying that.
Yeah, I mean, you
I feel
must
very bad saying that because
you must have been pretty high. I mean, you must have been pretty or into getting high
Yes.
if you weren't even doing the pandemic.
If you don't know, I'll say this. I didn't know that the nasal swab test hurt until well after I got sober.
Okay.
And then I got one not numbed up by cocaine, and I went, gee, ah!
What are they doing?
I used to get them, and I was like, what is everyone complaining about? These don't feel like anything.
So cocaine you liked?
Cocaine,
Yeah, boy.
Xanax, Klonopin, Adderall, Percocet, Ritalin, any kind of speed.
Oh, so all that speed, huh? Mm-hmm. I would get so scared at night when I was high on cocaine, right?
Yeah.
That I would be like Googling what can I take with cocaine to go to sleep. And that would take me so many hours. I'd look at so many. There'd be like, you get on these answer sites and people's like, you
go to
dying,
Quora?
brother. Yeah. I go to Quora, right? Or whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Count down from 60 and you'll be dead. People would say stuff like that. And you're just like, oh my.
So you didn't have because that's the thing. I actually, you didn't take any downers.
I didn't take any downers, so I would lay there in misery. Wow. I would Google, like, can I go to
May
the
I ask,
hospital?
did you know about downers?
I guess I knew about them, but I just had never taken them, and I was so scared to mix something with cocaine because I would die. It would kill me. That's what I was fearful
That
of.
was your worry, yeah. I kind of thought if I didn't have the right balance, I was more like, if I don't have enough in the right amounts, then something bad could happen. But as long as I'm balancing Coke and Adderall with Xanax and Klonopin, I'll be just fine. I remember I walked into my intervention. I'd just been to my drug dealer's apartment, and I finally got the right balance. Oh, yeah. One pocket, all Adderall and Coke. One pocket, all Xanax. And I was like, I have done it. I reached equilibrium.
Yeah.
Opened the door and bunch of people. Yeah. It's okay, though.
Were you high when you went to your
yes, but I was
intervention?
insisting that I hadn't used drugs in days. I went, look, I am sober right now. Look at me. I am sober right now. I kept saying.
And were you good enough to convince those people that you were?
No, I was pretty strung out by then, so it didn't. I could present really well for a long time.
Yeah.
But I'd reached a point where it was just off the rails.
I'm seeing that about you. You're a very good presenter.
It's a doctor at rehab was like, it scares me how good you are at presenting like everything's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So were you when you got sober a year ago tomorrow? Were you busy with all this shit you do?
I was in my garage, and I was just miserable. I wasn't even using drugs really. I was drinking some. I was burnt out and exhausted, but I just had no program.
Yeah.
And I was like, literally, I was just crying to my brother. I was like, man, I just can't live. I just can't live like this. And I know it sounds like such a weak thing to say, but that's just where my mind was, you know? And
what do you mean? Why is that a weak thing to say?
I don't know. There's something about it when you like look and you know that you have food and you have shelter, to be in a space where you're like, to feel like something is wrong with you that you can't fix, I guess. Or if you're just someone who likes to have control and thinks you manage well and you're capable, there's some real thing that feels like almost weak. And I'm not saying it is weak, but it feels weak sometimes to be like, something's wrong with me and there's nothing I can do about it.
I felt like something's so wrong with me that I've overrided, like, because we're designed to survive. I'd overrided the desire to survive. Like when you're like, when you want pills and drugs more than you inherently want to like make it through the day, that's some weird reverse evolutionary shit.
Yeah.
For your brain to basically be able to run the scenario and go, we haven't slept in 4 days. We chain smoke. We eat Sour Patch Kids. We never drink water. We're blowing tons of coke. This isn't going to last. And you go, I think we're going to keep on with this. I think we're going to keep doing this.
So you were deep in. How'd you get so deep in? Because I don't think anyone would look at you and think this is the coke guy.
Good. That was the whole thing. I mean, I certainly tried to talk about it on stage as having had like a drug and alcohol problem, but it just, I don't know. It didn't, something about me seems, so to me, it's like, well, of course the guy that seems like he has it all together has the problem. Because that's just like how life is.
That's text. Yeah, it's almost like
it's textbook.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't put that on I don't put that on you to be like, how come you didn't see it then? Because I really thought that I was doing life, I was able to achieve it life with the drugs as opposed to in spite of them. It took me a long time over the past couple of years to realize that I did well at what I do in spite of drugs, not because of them.
Wow.
Yeah.